this is Ali Reza, and this is the very first video on RPG Core Series API in Unity 5. If you followed my previous video tutorials on RPG Core, then you know that there was a big gap between this recording and new series and the previous one. There was tons of reasons. One of them being that I was waiting for Unity to get stable on version 5, and as you see, it's Unity 5.1.1 F1. The other reason was that I got involved with Minecraft modding, and if you watch those series, then you know that Minecraft modding is all about using available APIs for that stuff. The very first API that every modder uses is Minecraft Forge. And well, I'm not sure how many of those videos I uploaded, but I left it at midway. By the way, if there is any noise at background, that's a fan near me because here is like hell, very warm. I couldn't live without that fan. So that modding series opened my eyes on a very important thing, and that's the importance of having good API. And when I was recording those videos and I was typing in Java, I was thinking that, you know what, that RPG system has a very big promise. It has big potential there. The way I was doing it was to make a game, an RPG game. And then you would sit back, watch, learn, and if you wanted to make your own RPG game, you could use that as a base, but then you had to tweak tons of stuff there. I thought to myself, what if I want to not make a game, but develop it as a core system API that people can buy from asset store and use it and expand it and make their game. Well, that's much more involved than the previous one. And beside porting this old system to Unity 5, well, that would be 5 minutes or so of video tutorials. I will sit back and talk about stuff that I want you to remember and keep in mind during the whole series. No matter how many episodes it takes, this is the base fundamental stuff. And I don't want to repeat myself time and time again. One of them is that you should get familiar with lots of stuff if you are not yet, like generics, like reflection in C# as itself, not reflection in Unity, but the concept of reflection, lambda and link. I hooked to some video tutorial series I found here and there on YouTube, and there are new playlists in my channel about learning these stuff inside C# programming, and I'm not meaning C# scripting in Unity. No, the concept of C# programming itself. I won't teach that because, first of all, it's not the concerns of this series, and second, I don't think I can do a good job and do teach as good as they teach it in those videos. So if you are not familiar, or if you want to refresh your skills on those C# stuff, please read those, not read, oh, well, watch those videos on my channel. Those are not mine, by the way. Also, every now and then you will see me hooking to another system that is not developed by me. For example, the item system is already being developed by Peter at Berserk Arcade. I like how it's doing it, but with a little bit of tweak because, as I said, we are not developing a game but a core API system, so we need to keep that in mind. Now, what is involved with making an API system? If you ever done modding on Minecraft and was in the IRC chat on Minecraft Forge IRC room, you would see that every now and then Lex would come in, Lex Manus, the guy I hate the most there, would come inside the room and trash talk some of the modders, yell at some of the modders, and pull his hair. This is not the way you're supposed to use Forge. Well, hell, Lex, you developed an API. People would use your API in crazy ways that you can't even imagine. So we should keep that in mind. Our API could be used in a very, very crazy manners, in a very crazy way that we didn't anticipate it when we are developing it. So we should keep that in mind first. Second, the system we are developing should be expandable by the users. It means that we should use tons of interfaces. It means that we should use tons of inheritance. It means that you should use tons of wizards. And I'm trying to avoid it, but maybe we need to use a reflection in Unity. That being said, what we have as the base needs for our project, well, of course, we need Unity's 5.x version, whatever. The recent, the better. I'm using, as you see in my screen, Visual Studio 2015 release candidate. It has evaluation license, but if you have Microsoft account, then let me show it to you. It will update its license every now and then. On top of Visual Studio, I installed ReSharper 9.1 with some other add-ons for Visual Studio. Well, let's see, no notifications, but somewhere around here I should be able to show you the evaluation license and how many days remained. I'm afraid I can't. Huh. Well, the thing is that when this evaluation license is getting near to be finished on days remaining for the license, this notification icon will show you a message that, hey, for example, 4 or 5 days remained, and you just need to refresh that license until 2015 community version comes out and as final release. Well, as you see, I have some extensions. Some of them are not important. Comments, for example, I like it, but the things that are important, this is one, HGSCC package. It lets you to hook to Mercurial and by definition to Bitbucket, the private repository I'm using. And well, NuGet package manager for Visual Studio and NUnit test adapter for Visual Studio 2015. And one more thing that I want to recommend to you guys is GhostDoc Pro. It will let you generate documentation inside the code, and then when your code is finished, it will let you to make help files or web pages by using these documentations. Other than that, other stuff is not really important. For example, this is just a commenting system, editor guidelines, find in Solution Explorer some of the useful other stuff. So, other than that, I installed Visual Studio Tools for Unity. It's a free pack now. You can get it and install it. I will have tons of assets from Asset Store, but all the time they will be, I don't know, models, animations, blah, 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 because I'm not a modeler, I'm not an animator. If you are modeler or animator, or if you have a modeler and animator, you can use yours. What else? Well, one of the things that I want to speak before even jumping in is that in last week I was reading stuff about something that is coming inside Unity in future, and that is IL2 CPP. You may know it that Unity's current compiler that will convert your scripts to intermediate language is very old. And every now and then you hear people talking about for each loops are not being good inside Unity. That's the reason. That compiler is junk. It will compile your for each loops to a very inefficient way. Unity is working on a very new technology that is available right now in 5.1 for WebGL, and I'm not sure if it's available for iOS or not, but in future that will be replaced with current system. It will compile your scripts to intermediate language. That means that you will have access to new and up-to-date .NET product and maybe Mono, I'm not sure. I'm not using Mono myself, Mono develop at least. And it has some effects that we should be aware of. The way Unity is doing the compilation right now is called JIT, just in time. It means that your scripts will be compiled at build time, but you can generate code dynamically and it will be compiled during the runtime just in time when it is being needed. On the other hand, IL2CPP is AOT compiler, ahead of time. It means that you won't be able to generate codes dynamically during runtime, at least in normal ways. So it has a little bit of limitation, especially when you are using the emit function in reflection. I want to put the final product in Asset Store as a purchasable asset. And that means I should maintain it during the time. And I want to maintain it in an easy way. I don't want to have future headaches because of this future income. Also, it means that if I make my asset in a way that it's AOT right off the bat, it will work with iOS because iOS is AOT system and it's not JIT. I won't hesitate for using for each loop whenever possible. I won't hesitate to use link or lambda whenever it's possible. For time being, to make things easier, I will keep scripts as scripts inside the project folder. But when the whole project is finished and ready, we will sit back, make new Visual Studio projects completely separated from the Unity project. We will import our scripts there, and then we will compile them to DLLs. We will port those DLLs inside Unity, and we will use that. It means that we will use the Visual Studio's compiler to generate our intermediate language files. And Visual Studio is much more efficient. And if you are familiar, then you will know that if you are using for each loop and compile it by Visual Studio to a DLL, it's efficient. You won't have any of those headaches that you will have with Unity. But for time being, we will start with scripts inside project folder. And because I'm going to put this final project inside Asset Store, please, please, please stop asking me for a public repository for scripts. If you want the scripts, these video tutorials will show you every single step. You can go and type those scripts yourselves. If you're lazy, then sorry, there is no free stuff for you in repository form. These were the stuff I wanted you to keep in mind. Now, let's start. Getting started will show you a video. I am not interested in that. We want a new project. It should be 3D. I will call it RPG API. And I have a very small hard drive, as you can see, available for me in C, but in D folder I have enough come on enough space. So I will go inside Unity projects, I will create a new project, and I will call it RPG API. And you see this repository R&D. That was the old R&D for my RPG system. This is the old RPG video tutorials. This is the new one. So select folder. We can import some packages right from here. And well, let's take a look. I will import cameras. That is new. I didn't know that. I want to take a look. I will import effects and environments, particle systems, prototyping, and what else? Visual Studio tools. And what else? Volumetric lines may be useful. Frame rate counter. Some of them are from outside, like editor coroutines. I didn't notice that by now. Train assets. What else? Make your fantasy game light. Not light. I have the full package. I will install that. So let's see. Cameras. I think it's from inside Unity itself. I'm not sure. The only important package that you should have is this guy, Visual Studio 2015 tools. And as I said, it's free. Just install Visual Studio tools for Unity and it will be there. So ready, done, and create project. It will take some time, few seconds, maybe minutes. In the meantime, I want to open my assets on the other hard drive. I have tons of these guys, if you want to see. Yeah, it will go up, 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 up. I think it's near 30 or 40 gigabytes of assets. Now, I want to have something not from here, but from here. And where is my Unity folder here? Huh. Okay, it's not there. And come on, show yourself. No. I'm so ready for this video. Ha. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, well, you see, I have a warning. I had imported some project, and the project window is in another monitor yet. I have imported some things, and it says, hey, this is old Unity scripts there. Do you want to update it? If you want to update it, hey, back up everything. Well, this is a fresh install, so compile, and you will see that I have tons of errors, and it will come up with more errors. But when it's all done, well, guess what? We have none. Sometimes you will have some warnings or errors remained. You need to go back and finish them. But this is our ported assets. Well, I will create a folder. Didn't I set create folder? Ah, there we go. I will call it RPG API. Okay? And I like to do this so that it will stand on top. Come on. Come on. Ah, new folder inside new folder. Great, just great. Okay, and I don't need this. Hey, you should stay there. Why are you not? Meh. No. And what else? I will call it non-public assets, whatever. And I will port everything to this folder so that I will be organized more and more and more. Okay, now what? Clear? There we go. Got it. Okay, so first thing first, Visual Studio Tools, we will want to create the project files. And it says project files is generated. Then we want to open in Visual Studio. It will open the Visual Studio this way. I had heard people yelling that, hey, when you do this, oh, by the way, that property is 81 gigabytes of assets. Wow. When you do this way, you have, you know, duplicated solutions in your project folder. Guess what? We won't. The only reason people have duplicated solutions inside your folder is that instead of using Visual Studio, opening Visual Studio, they will come inside any one of these stuff and double click or right click sync mono develop project, and it will create another asset folder, not asset folder, another solution for you. That's for one of my stuff. I'm not sure which one of my add-ons is giving me that error anyway. But if you use that menu, there is a single solution here for you. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, so inside here, I want to hook to a repository. I can add this to source control. I can clone a repository. Let's take a look. I have tools, options. Inside my source control, where are you? Show yourself. Source control. You see that in here, plugin selection, it's on none or Microsoft Git. If you added some add-ons, we want it to be on Mercurial, okay? After that, we will have tgit, I think, no? Somewhere here. No, okay. Sorry, here. We will right click and add Mercurial as toolbar. In there, we will have an option. It will open the HGSCC package options. Inside the bit bucket, you want to add your username and password, and if you hit the login, it should log successfully, and then hit save. Okay? Now, I didn't try it, but let's see. I have a bit bucket page repository for this one, so bit bucket org RPG core. Okay? This is the repository I made. It's a private repository anyway, and has nothing in it. My concern is if I import or clone that repository, I may lose everything here. How about add to source control, solution location, project location, custom location? Well, how about you say project location, and then we want to commit. Where to commit now? Okay, initial commit, and well, commit. Then after, huh, well, thank you, but where can I synchronize this? Oh, repository path. There we go. This is the repository path, okay? And Bitbucket. It will select repository. This is the repository. Ah, interesting. It didn't select it by default. Anyway, select. And well, come on. What now? Push. There we go. Error, failed to import extension Mercurial keyring, no module name Mercurial keyring. Huh. What else? Well, oh, there we go. Search for changes, one change is found, removed, adding change sets, adding manifests, blah blah blah. Okay, what do we have in our repo now? Source. And there we go. Asset, non-public assets, and the project. Okay? Of course, in here, we will only and only and only have our scripts. That is why I like doing it within Visual Studio. It means that we won't have any of those big, huge, ugly, not ugly really, but those big stuff that we have in our project folder. For example, in our train assets, you'll have grass, images, textures, models. None of this will be in our repo. Our repo will only contain of the project folder, projects, and the scripts themselves, nothing else. And as you see, it only added the non-public assets because, well, guess what? That is the only part that has scripts in it right now. Okay, let's continue. In non-public assets, this is my, where is it? This is my old Unity folder. And I will start drag and drop these from this folder to our project folder. But before that, I want to import another asset, another package, I mean. And that was on my flash drive. Interesting. I had to pause and find it. And that is Untitled. I never used this guy, and I want to see what is this guy about. Okay? And do you have any documentation? Well, it has a Visual Studio extension, so import. And where did it go? There. Import there. Oh, yeah, it has a documentation. Okay, let's open and see what it's all about. Brings all the power of IntelliSense code hints to your Unity code. Okay. Ouch, what? Oh, come on. Okay, my Acrobat Pro license is expired. Actually, I wasn't going for Pro. I didn't have license. It was tutorial. It expired, so I can't read it right now. But we have this guy. So join Explorer and double click it, install, and close. Now here, reload all, tools, extensions, and do we have it now? Sometimes you need to restart your Visual Studio. I didn't found it. Nope. Okay, so I close and I open in Visual Studio again. Perfect timing for my tutorial version of Acrobat Pro being ended. Perfect timing on that. So tools, come on, give me that error line. Yeah, thank you. I'm not sure where is this coming from. Anyway, I have to check mark, uncheck mark, load, unload each one after another. Mm-hmm. There we go. IntelliSense Visual Studio extension. Okay, so what is that about? Let's open at least one script and take a look. Oh, here we go. Just move your mouse and it shows the class and a little bit of explanation about that if it's available. Nice, I liked it. And I see my color coding is imported. I think it's imported. Anyway, I will check that later. Now time to import our project from our folder inside here. So assets comes into here, not here, here. Drag and drop. Bad way of doing it, but the way I ported my stuff in the old Unity, I'm sure that everything related to each other is in the root folders, so I can easily drag and drop. It will take time, it seems. Pausing the video. Okay, as you see, it started after few minutes of freezing everything, but now it's importing the project, the asset files from the project to be precise. And of course, if there is any script there, it will start converting those scripts to Unity 5, and I already have a backup, so I'm not concerned about it. One thing about using Visual Studio for your commits, take a look. Assets. Only meta files are these. Okay? And nah, not really only them, but well, the thing is that it's Mercurial, so the .hg and .hg should have HGRC. If I open it in Notepad++, you see that it's the only uh, it's only about path, and if you want to add your wait, okay, I need to edit it in. God damn it! There is my password there. I need to comment it. Anyway, it's about your username, your password, and the uh, ah. Now I have a frozen mind. Your repository link on web. Stupid me showing my password. Okay, so uh, this file is all uh, you need to tweak regarding the mercurials, and that's it basically. This is our project, and because I have mercurial installed, you won't see it on the monitor because it's on second monitor. I have mercurial itself being installed. It has the option to show me which files are already committed and which files are changed and needs to be committed. That's it. Pausing the video till this guy ends. Still on it, but it's finishing just the animation files now. Okay, it's done. Now, from now on, it's a bit important which folder you drag and drop first. For example, prefabs should go after scripts. Scripts I can port since is the last resources, maybe. Controllers, let's take a look. Okay, it's a player controller, meh. So let's start with scripts. And where am I drag and dropping this? Not here. RPG, there we go. So drag and drop scripts there. And it says, hey, do your stuff on compiling that to Unity 5. And hopefully we won't have any errors or even warnings left. Oh, I see at least a name hash being obsolete, however you pronounce it. You see these errors, ambiguous reflection preview, camera motion, blah, 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 blah. That means we have duplications. And where is that? It's in free standard editor image effects. Yeah, I had image effects. I don't want image effects because I think I ported it somewhere else. There's that. Standard assets, effects, glass reflection, image effects. Okay, so we have that, so we had duplications there. Any other things I don't see free inside my standard? I have water, glass reflection, well, to hell with it. Lens flares, light cookies. Let's compare them with here. Where is that? Standard assets, effects. Light cookies I have, so bye-bye. Projectors I don't have. Train assets. I have duplication. And is that a real duplication? Train assets, grass, rock, bushes, grass and textures. Okay. Trees, ambient occlusion. Yeah, so there we go. Skyboxes I don't have, so let's start moving stuff around. That would be easier. Light flares. Is it inside here? Light flares. Yeah. So bye-bye. And particles. Particle systems. Prefabs. Afterburn. Dusk is gonna dusk. Blood. They are changed a lot. Oh yeah, they are the same. Okay. So bye-bye. And shader. If bump app, if specular, I'm not sure if I have it anywhere here. Environment, speed 3 water, water basic. Okay, so I have water pro. Go there. And where was that one? Editors, water pro. So I will add this guy to here. Skyboxes goes into environment. Physics materials. I'm not using it for time being, so delete. Shaders. I will put it inside the standard asset itself. And there we go. So animations free, paid, trains, blah blah blah. Okay. And here we have scripts and we have some warnings. First warning, Water Pro. Well, this is the only warning related to my system. It says that name hash is absolute. Use animator stat info full path hash instead. We will come to this later. So clear. Okay. We will come because it's about my mechanic match targeting, and I know that I will work on it for sure. So what else? On the assets, well, we had done that. We have done the scripts. Scenes. I will keep scenes completely separated from my package. Resources. I will put it inside the RPG API. And it's empty, thank God. Prefabs. Go there. And we have stuff there. But because I ported my model beforehand, it's okay, you see? And the player is okay. So prefabs, resources, scenes are being ported. Controllers. And there we go. Okay? With assets. Now, yes, please. Bounding boxes. It's a light map color. I think it's not for me. Free rocks is another thing that I added. So inside assets, free assets, I will just port it here and organize it later. Okay, and then we have gizmos. I'm not sure if I can put gizmos inside my folder here, but I will try. It should be able. Standard assets, what I have here is projectors. And I don't have it here. Oh yeah, I have it here. Okay, so we had ported everything from my old folder. So now I can easily say bye-bye to that folder because I know only I have one warning regarding to my animated hash table, and that is for mechanim, and we will change it. Now let's open a scene because I know I will have a little problem inside my scenes. And let's take a look. Please, please, please. Character motor desert level. That's the scene. No, that's not the scene. Where was it? Open environment. Yeah, we have this problem. Where is my train? Where is my train? It's already gone. Um, Train. We have the train. Button null object reference not set to an instance of object because, well, guess what? Train asset missing. Do we have any train asset? Well, let's see. What about this guy? Meh, not what I wanted, but we can work with this later. And we have something that has some missing stuff. Okay, well, yeah, we lost our train, you know. We have our objects, but no train. Okay, what was this guy? Okay. One of those gizmos anyway. So, we don't have any open train and open scene. So, I will delete this guy. Let's take a look at character motor. Don't save. And, well, guess what's here is okay. This was a very old scene, so delete. Desert level. This one should work, but as we see, it's too dark now. Very, very dark now. So, what's going on? No. Any light? Where was that new light settings? Hmm. Lighting. Come here. Thank you. And in here we will say pre-compute real-time global illumination. What else? There was something that I needed to change here. I think so. No. Okay. Light. Ambient global illumination is runtime. Let's see. It's too dark for my taste. It's really, really dark now. And you see that we have some mist stuff here and there. So even this guy is not usable anymore. So bye-bye to this scene. But file, new scene, don't save, thank you. And from our assets, ooh, paid assets, models, castle, desert level, no, where was that? Oh, hell. Okay, I even lost that file. I'm looking into this guy for the castle. Oh, no, no, it's here. Okay. So, uh, what the heck? What? Um, yeah, the joys of porting. If not input get key down, player input that instance the jump. Oh, player input. Well, run is not set up. That is it. So edit project settings input will have an input for, well, guess what? I will expand it. 19. No, 19 I said. And that will be run. And I completely forgot what did I assign to this guy. Well, let's see. I have a backup. R&D, repository, RPG, project settings, input manager. Okay, so I will show it in Explorer, and going into project settings, we have an input manager. You will drag and drop this guy and say copy here and copy and replace, blah blah. Now I think we need to reopen our project. Don't save. Unity, and of course it will be the top project. So now if I go for edit, project settings, inputs, submit, cancel, jump, run, we have it. Oh, it was R key, okay. Anyway, now if I drag and drop that guy, hopefully we won't get any errors. Okay, but there is a good question. Where is our lights? Where is everything? Hey, this is not it. Oh well, you know what? I will do this from my prefabs. I have characters, I have player, drag and drop it here and hit play. Let's see what we get. Ooh, ooh, hierarchy. We don't need the main camera. Play. And we don't generate the main camera. Okay. Player. Uh, I recall this guy should make the camera itself. I recall. So play and take a look at our hierarchy. No camera is being generated. Great, because I forgot something. I'm dumb. Create empty, and do I need to use this guy, or do I have something in prefabs? Long time since I, yeah, okay. Game object, create empty, add component from, come on, scripts, no, RPG, managers, scene manager, okay? And player spawn point, player prefab, okay, so we delete this guy, and we call it scene manager. We'll create another empty, and we call it player spawn. And I know that for sure I have something here. Ah, come on. Where is my folders? Where is my editors? None of them are working. Add component, delete. Why I'm usually looking at mesh. There we go. RPG, camera, character, manager. And I'm sure I had a helper. Ah, whatever. Okay. Had to do this way. Frame, frame, frame. Where is it? I don't want it there. I want it here-ish. And it's below the ground. Okay. Still below the ground. What about now? Okay. And manager, this is the player spawn point from our prefabs. Uh, this is our player prefab. So if I play now, there we go. Now everything is working. Yep. But of course, the old problem there. This scene's problem has problems on that stair. Okay. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, be careful, be careful. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, this scene has a little bit of problem with their stairs, but as you see, our camera system is still in place and working. Okay, I don't have any waters to test it, but meh, our scripts are inside Unity now. So SIC junks, file, save as, save project, file, save scene, and inside scenes, junk, and this is what? Small castle. Okay. Between the episodes, I will port some better stuff like, let's see, file new scene, and I had something here. Where was it? Where was it? I don't have it. Okay, I will port some uh, stuff. Trains. Where was that snowy train that I saw? Anyway, yeah, I will port some other paid assets for just models and environment. I will track. Where is my scripts? Helpers. Anchor point. Control points. Enums. Debug gizmo. You are here. Why I'm not seeing you here? I only see the custom editors. Okay. Debug gizmo. Oh, oh, hell. I forgot to add any menu option for this guy. That is why. So, characters, RPG player motor. Easy, easy. Add components, menu, and that would be RPG, helpers, gizmo, and this is what? Debug, gizmo, save. And I now I remember I didn't have any RPG menu on top. And what now? Well, same errors, animated states, and reflection on planner and on water. Okay, I may go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Water Pro, delete, and let's see if I have anything from here. No. Okay. Okay. And what? Yeah. There we go. So now I only have one warning about my script. And let's open that scene to finish this up and make sure that player spawner, add component, RPG, helpers, gizmo, debug gizmo, and I don't see it. Box, it's not box, it was player spawn. Oh, I'm seeing it, okay. It didn't have any box collider on it. That was the reason. And sphere, radius, character. That was what I wanted. Okay, why are you not showing it? I can, no, I can. Okay, from gizmos folder. Now, I'm remembering stuff little by little. Humanoid green, player spawner, humanoid green, and it's not showing up. So the gizmos should be in assets folder. Yeah, gizmos should be out of every folder inside here. And the Y is 2, scale was not affecting this guy, so 1. Okay, adding another RPG, helpers, gizmos, debug gizmos, and this is arrows. There we go. and deselect so that I can see what I'm doing. Size is not affecting it. One, where was it? This one. Yeah, and I'm not seeing that sphere there anyway. Oh, I forgot. It's the check mark here. Okay, so we have the player spawner. Now at least I can move it down because now I know where I'm below the ground and safe. So the debug gizmo is working. We don't have some menus there, and I will start adding my own RPG menu on top in next episode. But for this episode, we have our project ported inside Unity, and well, our character is working, so I'm sure that the swimming stuff, climbing stuff would work. Our camera system is working, as you may see. Okay, so if I scroll back and jump, yeah, it's working perfectly fine. This scene has problems with its stairs. It's not my problem. There is a fix to this. I will show you later how we can fix it later on. And also, there is something that I don't like about this system. You remember, if I hold and drag left click, I can drag around the character. But as soon as I hit W, no. As soon as I hit right click, the character snaps to the direction of the camera. Okay, bam, bam. I want to address this issue and see if I can fix this. Instead of snapping, the character should lerp and rotate. Stuff like that. The climbing system, I know I told you I will work on it, but for time being, I think I will be a little bit forgiving on myself. Come on, jump. And we should be able to slide. Yep. So everything's working. And honestly, I'm happy with my camera. It's not the most robust system out there, but it's a good system nonetheless. Oh, I was looking for. Anyway, yep, it's working. Okay, so come on, moving a little bit out, and I will use this position for targeting when I have bows later on. I was thinking about that. So between the two episodes, I will port some assets and maybe assemble another scene, make a platform to climb, but won't add anything on it so that we can recap on what did we need to do that. And this character is a bit sliding. Oh well, yeah, it's a sliding. It's the movement speeds anyway. I just noticed this part, yeah, just now. Okay, enough playing around. 1 hour video. So we are starting our new series, guys. Have fun, everybody. Bye bye.